2, 1, fade to 3, box.
Rider students and faculty are faced with a new problem, classroom overcrowding. This problem is cumbersome for both professors and for students. Professors do not feel as though they can do an adequate job. They tend not to assign term papers and feel that students are more prone to cheat because of the lack of space, and students are tempted more easily. Students, on the other hand, feel as though they are lost in the crowd and do not get the education that they desire. Students are confronted with difficulties in taking notes and exams, along with uncomfortable studying conditions and classroom conditions. Many students cannot even take the required courses they need to graduate.
Rider students will be facing heated times in the upcoming months. Although most academic buildings are equipped with air conditioning, some are not. These buildings, which do not supply a comfortable learning environment, pose a great deal of discomfort to the students. Students are designed to wear lighter clothing and drink lots of liquids in order to beat the heat. And it's that time of year again when Rider students have to select classes. Here's Sherry Linky with the story.
Registration for Fall 91 is now taking place, and students are once again complaining about long lines and not getting the classes they selected. A junior at Rider, David Engelhardt, tells us his complaints about the registration process.
I go in there and have no hassles, but most of the time it is a hassle. I get a card and everything on it is X'd out, and I have to walk from one place to another, and in lines that are at least a mile and a half long, running out of the, I believe it's the Kabbalah room.
Another student, Gina Ackerman, explains her feelings on course selection.
Semester senior, and I didn't get any of the classes that I wanted. I don't think it's really fair that I get stuck with these classes that I don't want at the times when I don't want.
However, those in the registration office feel differently. According to Catherine Raymond, registrar at Rider, the problems occur when students register late.
The first day of course request, we had 56 people. Second day this year, 106. You know, most of the numbers run in the hundreds until you get to those last couple days. And they explode.
However, to try and make the process easier and faster for the students, a new registration form has been made. The old bubble form was sometimes confusing to students, but the new form is handwritten and both easier for the registration office and the student. They also say if students would read the first 10 pages of the course selection booklet and register when they are assigned, some of the problems may be reduced. But student David Engelhardt tells us his own solution to the problem.
I just go in and see the dean, and he'll give me all the classes. I don't see why everyone else doesn't do that instead of waiting in lines and not getting the classes they want anyway.
It is now the first week of course selection, and there are no lines yet, but during the last 2 days of registration, the office expects over 700 students. This is Sherry Linky for LBN News.
Summer is right around the corner, and for those of you with extra time, summer sessions at Rider are now being offered. Various times for classes are available to accommodate your busy schedule. There are 2.5-week mini-semester courses, two 5-week daytime sessions, and a 6-week evening session. Summer catalogs are now available at the registrar's office. The Rider College store offers students everything they need. Here is Malcolm Torres reporting.
The Rider College bookstore. It is known to students as a place where they can go and buy their books. But if you take a closer look, this is not just a bookstore. Sure, the college store sells all the books you need for class, but it is also a place where you can buy other things too.
Our college store is equipped to have anything the students would like to have. We have cards to send to their parents. We have clothing. If it gets hot, we have suntan lotion. We have food if they get hungry. We have books for them to study with. We have all kinds of gifts. We have cups and mugs and all kinds of stuffed animals if they want to give a present.
Souvenirs you can get at any college store. But did she say food?
Why do you sell food here?
We sell convenience food, you know, because a lot of students don't have cars and they can't get to the store. So they'll come in, you know, and grab cookies. We have microwavable stuff. The candy's a big seller. Bottled water, sodas. Just makes it convenient for the students.
The college store also has a wide variety of magazines, including sports, music, and women's magazines. Personal hygiene is important most of the time for the students, so the store carries soaps, toothpaste, shampoo, and they also have laundry detergent. They have a pretty impressive tape and compact disc section, a vast selection of posters, and a fairly large clothing selection.
So basically, would you say that a student would not need to go off campus to get anything?
Probably not for anything. All the school supplies are here: pens, pencils, notebooks, art class stuff, fraternity and sororities materials. We have a good selection of holiday giftware, for all the different holidays, greeting cards, everything that they need. I don't think they have to go to campus for anything.
Everything you need, all in one store. Other college students should be so lucky. I am Malcolm Torres for LBN News.
Next to the news, Rider College wants to pump you up, and the blood drive is in need of donors.
Rider students are now able to purchase parts of the campus thanks to the college store. The game of Rider is based on the well-known game of Monopoly and is currently on sale at the store. Andy Levin and Doug Keating, owners of Dark Horse Games, have come up with a Monopoly-type game which substitutes the properties with the surroundings of Rider College. The game, appropriately for college students, comes in the shape of a pizza box and sells for $14.95. A look at the fitness center. You want to look and feel great? Then the fitness center can offer that and more.
Come and experience Rider's Own Fitness Center, where students are bulking up and trimming down. Spring is here and many want to look their best and feel great at the same time. The Fitness Center offers students a variety of different facilities. One student that I talked to felt that the facilities were very beneficial for his needs.
Coming here.
Well, I think the facilities are really excellent. Here for a school. It's better than the competition. The gyms, like the racquetball clubs, Hamilton Racquetball and Hopewell Valley. The equipment's in better shape. We've got instructors here all the time. The weights are in really good shape and kept in order and everything. The rules are enforced. It's just like a nice, clean experience. Everything's set up well.
There's equipment for everybody. There's different types of equipment for different types of workouts. The bicycle is great for working the abdomens and parts of the lower body. It's a great cardiovascular workout. The rowing machine is an aerobic exercise that works the entire body. It's one of the best exercises you can do, and rope extensions are great for building up the triceps. Girls as well are taking advantage of the equipment available. All of this is possible because of Jerry Reed, the head of the fitness center.
To make sure that the center is self-supportive, so that we have a budget, and we need to make sure that we operate within that budget, and also that we show some revenues in order to enhance the facilities and make sure that the facility keeps running.
The fitness center has it all. Now's the time to join because it's spring and outdoor activity goes hand in hand with great bodies. I'm Brad Shav for LBN News.
Students looking for something to do over the weekend do not have to look far. The Rider College Game Room offers a wide variety of entertainment. The game room has 6 pool tables, 2 foosball tables, a ping pong table, and many video games to choose from. Located in the ground floor of the Student Center, it offers easy access to both students and non-students. The game room is open from 10:30 to 10:30 Monday through Friday, and 1 to 10:30 on Saturday and Sunday.
Coming up, a helpful lesson on drug abuse. You think you had problems? Then here's a look at the play Addict.
The play Addict, which opened up Wednesday night at the Student Center Theater, featured a very dramatic play about the individual stories of hardcore drug users. Sponsored by mandatory student activities fee, the play provided a means to reach out to other people who might have drug problems. I'm Brad Shav from LBN News.
About 1/3 of the Rider enrollment commute to the school every day. The Commuter Lounge provides these students with the information they need concerning things that are going on across the campus. Each commuting student is assigned a mailbox to receive any flyers or letters that concern campus news. Commuting students also have access to a refrigerator, a microwave, or furniture to just lounge around in. The Commuter Lounge is located on the first floor of the Student Center.
The blood drive is still pumping at Rider College. Rider students are giving blood.
If the sight of blood makes you sick, then it would be very hard for you to sit and give blood. However, that's exactly what many Rider students volunteered to do today at the annual blood drive sponsored by the Interfraternity Council.
According to Beverly Lobos and Patricia Gregg, 2 nurses from the Mercer Regional Blood Center, not everyone can give blood. They said it depends on a person's weight, blood pressure, their iron level has to be good in the blood, and their temperature has to be normal. Once the blood's taken, it goes through numerous tests. It goes back to the blood center where it gets tested for diseases such as hepatitis and AIDS. Many students gave their blood today for those who are as unfortunate as we are. It's a great reward. I'm Brad Chad from LBN News.
Up next, great jazz artist Dizzy Gillespie comes to Ryder, and the latest news on the yearbook. Resident advisors in Ryder Security have been faced with having to deal with the lack of students' cooperation during fire alarms. The students' failure to evacuate the buildings during fire alarms can be both dangerous to themselves and the people responsible to make sure they're out. This problem is one that can be easily remedied with the cooperation of the students. It's bad enough that they are endangering their own lives, but it is certainly not fair for them to endanger somebody else's life. With a little cooperation, nobody will get hurt in the event of a fire. Melanie?
Ryder students enjoy the on-campus food facilities at Daly's Dining Hall. Here is David Striegel with more on that story.
Daly's Dining Hall, an experience that Ryder students will never forget. From its lovely decor to its fine cuisine, Daly leaves an impression on everyone who enters. Students enjoy the smiling workers who are proud to serve us those fine foods they prepare. Ask any student about Daly's and you'll get a positive answer. This is Dave Striegel reporting for LBN News.
The Ryder News brought a big surprise to Ryder students this past week. Here's Mike Namias with more on that story.
Confusion, laughter, anger. All of these could be considered fair reactions to the post-spring break parody issue of the Ryder News, simply titled The Ryder Booze. Some of the paper's stories included such interesting titles as So You'd Like to Be a Bimbo, Rain Makes Ludacris's Hair Grow Back, and among the writing staff were names like Elmer Fudd and Bugs Bunny. Originally, executive editor Ron Panarati was against doing a parody issue, but then reconsidered.
There was no paper since no one was going to be here to read it. And then we're easing back into it after a week off. It was going to be a slow news week because not much was going on. So I thought it was an easy way to come back in.
And what about the Ryder students who were offended by the parody issue, particularly the Bimbo article?
I think it's unfortunate looking back, but the whole thing was meant as a joke, nothing more.
I'm Mike Namias for LBN News.
Help is on the way for students facing another research paper this semester. According to Dr. Ross Stephen, Director of Ryder's Library Services, a new business index is now online. The system, which uses compact discs, has the full text of articles found in more than 350 business periodicals. The system is connected to a LaserJet printer. With the press of a button, you can get a printout of the entire article, Stephen said.
The yearbook is in the making. Suzanne Christoph files this report.
Each year, graduating seniors receive a Ryder publication that captures the moments of their 4 years spent at Ryder. This book is known as The Shadow, Ryder's Yearbook. The book is completely designed by Ryder students. Picture cropping, layouts, and copy fitting are very time-consuming but necessary. Typing in enormous amounts of copy and proofreading are also part of the process. This year, the staff has utilized the Macintosh computers to assist in designing layouts and fitting copy. It is also essential to establish a theme throughout the book, as executive editor Stephanie Felsenberg explains.
But pieces of the puzzle is our theme, and that's much more interesting. I think it's a really good theme. It's really unique. Last year we had a movie theme. This year it's really clever. What we do is that each section is like a piece of the puzzle, okay? And those pieces are put together, and at the end it's like a big, huge picture of Ryder life. So the pieces of the puzzle fit together to make a whole picture of Ryder life.
This year's book should be completed by early summer and mailed to graduates in the fall. This is Suzanne Christoph for LBN News.
The King of Bop is making his way to Ryder College. Stephanie Marcel has the story.
It's Dizzy Gillespie, the famous jazz artist who started playing the trumpet with famous jazz bands like Cab Calloway's and Duke Ellington's in the 1930s. According to Jerry Reif, music professor at the college, he explains the uniqueness of Gillespie's style in jazz.
He has a very unique style, and it's fun to watch him visually because his trumpet goes out like a normal trumpet, and then the bell is curved up, so that he can sort of play down, but the bell goes straight out. That's his trademark. It really is him. You know, no one else has a trumpet like that. It's just Dizzy. And also when he plays, he has an incredibly elastic embouchure, cheek, and neck. And when you see him the first time, you can't believe it's possible for the anatomy to do that, because he takes a breath, sucks in, and then his whole mouth just comes out and his neck comes out like a bullfrog. It's really quite amazing to see that happening.
Gillespie helped develop the bop style in jazz in the early 1940s. After bop, Gillespie continues in jazz in the 1950s as a leader in big band and small combo. Director of Cultural Program, Walter Perry, is pleased with the success of the events.
We get a great response from people who are interested in cultural programs. I even have people calling who are saying, now I hope you're not going to conflict with the New Jersey Symphony performances or the Richardson Auditorium series, because these are people who go to a lot of different events and they want to include Ryder as a part of those cultural events.
I got a chance to speak with Junior Bruce Van Hoven on his view of how the cultural events at Ryder have improved in the past few years.
A few more. This past year I've been working with Jerry Wright, Walt Perry, and a few other people on planning next year's series, so I've taken a better, even deeper interest in what we're doing now. One of the things that we're looking to do is try and get something that students are more in tune to. In the past, the series has been very strictly classical.
The concert is scheduled for May 8th with 2 performances at 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. Tickets are now on sale on the 2nd floor in the Student Center. So come out and enjoy a fun evening of fine entertainment. This has been Stephanie Marcial for LBN News.
Next, we have sports. So, Suzanne, what's coming up?
Well, coming up, we have the NHL playoffs, highlights of baseball scores, as well as other scores around the league.
So, Suzanne, it was a close match at AC last night, wasn't it?
Yes, Mike, it was. In boxing, Evander Holyfield defeated 42-year-old George Foreman in a unanimous decision. Holyfield had too much hand speed for Foreman, landing 355 punches to Foreman's 188. An estimated 15,000 watched the Battle of the Ages at the Convention Center in Atlantic City. Foreman, trying to become the oldest man ever to win a championship in any weight class, came back from a 10-year retirement 4 years ago with the purpose of regaining the title he held in 1973-74. In baseball, the New York Mets came back to defeat the Philadelphia Phillies 7-3. Top of the first, Wally Whitehurst throws his first pitch to Lenny Dykstra, and it's a home run, score 1-0. Bottom of the fourth, Phillies take a 3-0 lead. Charlie Hayes belts one into the right field corner, and it's a long ball. And now, folks, watch this play at the plate. Von Hayes eludes the tag, successfully scoring, and it's safe. But the play of the game came when Kevin McReynolds belted a 3-run shot to break a 3-3 tie to make it 6-3. McReynolds also hit a run-scoring double to make it 7-3. Other scores in the American League, Kirk Gibson belts a 2-run homer, leading the Kansas City Royals to a 4-2 win over the Cleveland Indians. Gibson tied the league lead in home runs with 6. Other scores in baseball, in the National League, Atlanta beat Cincinnati 3-2. St. Louis over Montreal 7-6. Los Angeles shut out San Diego 6-0. San Francisco over Houston 1-0. Pittsburgh edged out Chicago 13-12, and New York beat Philadelphia 7-3. Over in the American League, Detroit over the Yankees 10-5. Boston beat Toronto 6-4. Kansas City over Cleveland 4-2, and Minnesota edged out Oakland 3-2. In NHL playoff action, the Minnesota North Stars upset the St. Louis Blues 8-4. Highlights from the battle. First period, Brian Bellows slaps it in for a 1-0 lead. Third period, Brian Propp ticks one in to make it a 5-3 score. The North Stars now lead the series 3-1. In other hockey series, the Bruins beat Montreal 2-1. Boston now leads that series 1-0, and Washington beat Pittsburgh 4-2. Washington now leads that series 1-0. The NBA playoffs begin this week. The New York Knicks will face their old nemesis, Michael Jordan, and the Chicago Bulls. Chicago has taken 7 straight from the Knicks. The last time the Knicks won against the Bulls in playoff action was 4 years ago. And now with a look at women's softball, here's Suzanne Curley.
Riders Lady Bronx are well on their way to claiming their 7th consecutive ECC championship title. Team captain Terry Gillespie, the team's lone senior, talked about the season.
Doing really well this season. We're 16-4 right now. Our goal is to make the ECAC, which is the East Coast playoffs, and therefore get into the national ranking.
Saturday, April 13th, the Bronx hosted Delaware at Ryder. Storm clouds loomed overhead, and Ryder was having a little trouble early in the game, which was played under a steady rain.
Today's game, we definitely have to win it. Right now we're down 1-0, but we just got to get our bats working and we'll do fine.
But the team rallied, coming back to win the first game 5-1, and also won a second game 6-3. Reporting for LBN News, I'm Suzanne Curley.
The Ryder College baseball team is on its way to having one of its finest seasons ever. Ryder finished 22-22 last year and lost in the championship game of the ECC tournament to Lafayette. This year, they're a team on a mission. They have posted a 22-7 record so far this season with 20 games left to play. They are currently second in the conference with an 8-2 record.
So, Suzanne, looks like Ryder's going to be doing pretty good this year, huh?
They're hoping to go all the way to the ECCs.
Well, we wish the Bronx all the luck in the world. Good luck.
When we come back, we'll have Michelle Maloof with a look at today's weather.
I'll also have the 5-day forecast along with the weather around the nation.
So, Michelle, today was really a beautiful day.
Yeah, it really was. It was a wonderful day to spend outside of Ryder College. We reached a high of 74 degrees around 2 p.m. today. Right now, the temperature is 67 degrees. We have clear and sunny skies, and the barometer reads an 8.64. We have northwest winds coming in at 5 miles per hour. We have a high of 74, which we reached at 2 p.m., a low of 58, which was reached at 8 a.m., 50% humidity, and the pollen count is low to moderate. Now let's take a look at the weather around the state. It's looking okay and sunny in Princeton at 65 degrees, 58 degrees in Trenton, and 65 degrees down in AC. However, we have a high pressure system that will be moving into the Trenton area, making it rainy and cold. So get out your umbrellas, get ready for some rainy and cold weather coming up. Now let's take a look at the weather around the nation. As soon as they put the graphics up, stay there, don't leave. Okay, 54 degrees in Seattle, 84 degrees in Los Angeles, a sweltering 94 degrees in Phoenix, 68 degrees in Dallas, 64 degrees in Kirkskill, 89 degrees in Miami, 66 in Atlanta. Having some problems here. Okay, now let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. Within 5 days, hopefully, we'll get that up there for you, okay? Thursday, partly sunny, high 72, low 55. Friday, partly sunny, high 73, low 57. Beautiful day on Saturday, a high of 78 and a low of 59. Get in all the sun you can, because on Sunday we have clouds, high 67, low 48. More clouds on Monday, high 64, low 43. That's all for the 5-day forecast. I'm Michelle Maloof. Back to you, Melanie.
Ryder students are preparing for the upcoming play. Bob Kasich has the story.
The set for this spring's second Ryder College theater production, The Pregnant Pause, is nearly complete. Designed by Dr. Therrell Prather, the set is being constructed by his stagecraft class. Hours of hard work have gone into making this set a reality. Dr. Prather plays down his role in the construction and insists that the students are the key to successfully completing what he has designed.
Happen there. Without the kids working on it, no way I could do it in 7 weeks. It takes all of that. And you don't have to be skilled to do it. You just have to have somebody like me, a designer, that can say, okay, this is what we have to do here.
The budget Dr. Prather has makes it possible to complete this set, but he does have a few tricks up his sleeve.
You'd be amazed, but you can't see it from the audience. We don't have to be so we do a lot of cheap tricks, etc., masking tape, etc.
Dr. Prather and his students are on their way to completing another successful set. The Pregnant Pause runs from May 2nd to May 4th. This is Bob Kasich for LBN News.
Ryder's Art Gallery is now featuring California landscapes by artist Ruth Fine. According to Fine, her work is about landscapes and how one feels when immersed in a particular place at a particular time. The exhibit is supported by Women's Studies and will be on display in the Rider College Art Gallery located in the Student Center until May 5th.
An exciting new thriller in the movie theaters for everyone to see is the shocking film Silence of the Lambs. Jodie Foster stars as an FBI trainee assigned to help capture a serial killer who skins his female victims. Horror fans should be prepared for this intense drama. It is evil enough to make anyone's skin crawl. Be ready for screams, chills, and plenty of violent scenes if you dare to watch this movie. And now, on the lighter side of the news, here's our own Bob Kasich with an interview with a bird.
You are looking at Centennial Lake, located near the center of campus at Rider College in Lawrenceville, New Jersey. All seems peaceful, yet amongst the campus wildlife, there is something wrong. Something that up until now, nobody would talk about, not even the other birds. I, Bob Kasich, will today shed some light on the bird from hell, the half goose, half duck, half rooster. That's right, we're talking about Hugo, the Centennial Lake monstrosity. Just what exactly is he? For some inside information about Hugo, I figured it would be best to talk to his friends, relatives, and associates to get the real scoop on exactly just what he is. The first interview I conducted was with a Mr. Swan, Centennial Lake resident. He, to say the least, was just a bit uninterested. Excuse me, Mr. Swan, what could you tell me about Hugo? Mr. Swan, perhaps you didn't hear me. What about Hugo? What is he? Hey, Mr. Swan. Hey, I just wanted to, okay. I know there's definitely a cover-up going on here.
What's happening, guys?
Okay, perhaps you two gentlemen, Huey and Dewey, yeah, you, would you like to shed a little light on Hugo's identity? Yes, I said Hugo. Now, Mr. Swan didn't want to cooperate, but perhaps you two will. Anything at all, really. I'm just trying to... Hey, wait a second. I'm just trying to... forget it. Somebody must know something. I'm going to find this out if it kills me. Hey, buddy, hey, what are you doing? Can I ask you a question? You know Hugo? All right, what is he? Hey, they got rid of those kegs last night. Hey, there's nothing there for you. That's it. I'm going to Hugo myself. Hey, Hugo. All right, I give up. Will you tell me what you are? Everyone's got a closed beak when it comes to you. Hugo, please. How about an answer? How about that? He splits, and I'm still sitting here in the dark. Well, I'm waiting until he comes out. I'm staying until he comes out. Hey. Oh my God. I solved it. Hugo's a transformer. Oh my God, he can change into any duck on campus. This is too much. You guys, you're going to have to excuse me. I'm moving to Bolivia. This is Bob Kasich for LBN News.
This has been LBN News. I'm Mike Kozak. For everyone here, have a good night and a great tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Roll graphics, music. Take one.